sit back and examine the famine across the land, leaving us weak with no stamina. Plus evangelists be teaching the meat to not stand because they scared of this beast who can physically damage us. But if the Lord strengthens me, I don't need any bandages. We at war. Can't you see? Genocide is alive. You only serve one side, homie. Ride and collide. Wise up and rise. Cause in the end, gotta decide. The wheat from the tail, so you gotta decide. Lord knows I despise the demise of innocent lives. Genocide is wild. Living to die. We can't survive with no brain in a domain of riddles. They tell kids don't do drugs with cocaine's and Ritalin. And it's ridiculous when syphilis was born in Tuskegee. But since I'm black and ain't on TV, y'all don't want to believe me. So deceived, we wear the brim of a slave. Thinking we free working for minimum wage. So in the days we get played for a baby donkey. Sleeping out grave thinking AIDS came from a monkey, huh? They plant deceit through the streets, then arm and hammer us. They take over your mind from what arm and hammer does. You're living a life so hard and scandalous. Get locked up, they fingerprint you, make you pause for cameras. And it's hard to get a job when your past holds you back. So forgive and forget, as long as you ain't black. Now picture that. A nation looking up to the beast. But y'all know how folks be, trying to wake them when they sleep. It's genocide.
This next cut up to the microphone. I know, but I'm gonna go ahead and just drop this by. Oh wow, oh, let's don't cover like half of what you do, dog. Okay. After finding poetry in God, he became an active leader in CLC Youth for Christ, filmed for a TV show Spoken on the Black Family Channel. Also, he's filmed for Russell Simmons' Deaf Poetry Jam. This is outdated. He's rocked DPJ. He's rocked the city of Fort Lauderdale. He's rocked the city of Miami countless times. The man's been on tour. He's been on National Poetry Slam teams. He knows the final stages of looking, taste, and breathe and feel like. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to bring two poems to you from none other than the A to the S to the I to the A, which is Asia.
Y'all want to start light and funny, or y'all want to start heavy and deep?
Light and funny.
Light and funny? Alright. Every time I raise my hand, I want everybody to yell motherfucker as loud as you can. Can y'all do that? Yeah. That's right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. There's nothing like a powerful ending to a great poem, right? Right? Right. This poem is no exception. And so powerful is the ending of this poem. And so excited I am about the ending of this poem that instead of waiting until the end, I'd rather just give it to y'all now. You ready? Alright. It goes like this. You cheeky Superman motherfucker! Flashback. 1 hour prior. I am 17 years old with 2 days left of my summer vacation before the start of my senior year, and I'm still a virgin. My best friend says not to worry. Pulling up to a building in downtown San Francisco, and he tells me that on the 2nd floor in apartment B awaits a woman who spreads her legs more often than minorities in the presence of LAPD. This doesn't go right. I tell them women shouldn't be seen as sex objects. I tell them I'd rather wait to be truly in love with my soulmate, to romance her into ecstasy, to hold her in the dark silence of night, and he reminds me these were probably the reasons I was still a virgin. You cheeky Superman! Flashback, 55 minutes prior. She opens the door in black lingerie. She, the goddess of my desire, the temptress of my imagination, her hair twisting like incense smoke around her neck, her eyes, glass bowls of captured fireflies, her skin dancing like bed sheets engulfed in sunshine, so I straighten my stance, shoot her my sexy glare, pause there for a moment to give her time to take in the essence of which is me. She takes one look and says, yeah, what the hell, I'll fuck you. You cheeky Superman mother! Flashback, 50 minutes prior. She leads me down a dim hallway, a gallery of family photos and military memorabilia she explains belongs to her father, a Vietnam War veteran, shined the leg by Viet Cong, not too fond of Asian people, and suddenly I have the urge to shit my pants. You cheeky Superman! Flashback, 45 minutes prior. I am laying on her bed in my lucky blue breeze trying to seduce her with the fruit coming out of my nose. And I take this time and throw her one of those pick like, girl, I'll stick my dick so deep we'll have to walk home together. You know, romantic type shit, right? She sees this as a sign of my readiness, and in one continuous motion, drops her lingerie to the floor and crawls into bed. Elegant and casual, she hovers over me. Her body kissing mine the way heat waves kiss gravel, and it gets hotter. Temperatures rising, sweat boiling, body writhing. Her pelvis moves over my face. I take a taste and discover pussy tastes a lot like nickels. She stops, runs out the room, returns with a red bedsheet and a spatula, ties the red bedsheet around my neck like a cape, hands me the spatula and says, "Now do me like a Roman soldier." This was awkward. About as awkward as Dick Cheney at a Wu-Tang concert. About as awkward as Mike Tyson at a beauty pageant. About as awkward as Britney Spears' performance on the VMAs. About as awkward as buying condoms and peanut butter at 1 o'clock in the morning. Flashback, 2 hours prior, with 6 other customers behind me. The Walmart clerk shouts for a price check on a pack of Trojans and a jar of Jif. And after making my purchase, my best friend assures me that these items, for reasons I will later understand, fast forward, 2 hours later, she's spreading peanut butter all over her body. I watch, kneeling between her legs, knowing I can never eat PB&J the same way ever again. She slaps the peanut butter on every crevice of her skin, and with her peanut butter-covered hands, slaps me in my chest and lays her hand down to my navel. Then she turns over, chest down, bottom up, and says, "Now spank me with a spatula." So I did. And she said harder, so I did. She says faster, so I did. Harder, faster. So I raised the spatula as high as my arms could extend. Georgia still wrapped around my penis. Red cake flying by the breeze to the open window. Brought the spatula down and proudly proclaimed, "This is Sparta!" Fast forward. 10 seconds later, she stares at me with the intent to kill as I wipe semen from her eyelash. And just then, her bedroom door swings open, and there at the threshold is a shadow of a very large man who sees the explosion of peanut butter on the walls and yells, "What the fuck is going on?" Fast forward, 0.1 seconds later, I jump to my feet, no time to think. Sacrificing my clothes, I run towards the window, and he chases after me, dragging his war-wounded peg leg behind him. I jump 2 stories off the fire escape, barely missing the large hand touching inches from my neck. I hit the ground running, legs shuffling as fast as, well, minorities in the presence of LAPD. Blue briefs, red cape, a peanut butter S on my chest, followed by the malicious echo of, "You chinky Superman motherfucker!"
Every month, a med tech tests my blood by swiping alcohol on the inside of my arm, wraps a tourniquet around my bicep, and waits for the vein to bulge. I'm praying she pricks the vein on the first attempt. I am praying when the results return, it won't reveal I'm sick again. This is the part about cancer survival no one ever hears about. My nephew fell from riding his bike for the very first time last week, and while bandaging the wound on his knee, he asks me, "Am I going to die?" It's funny, I asked my doctor the same thing after my first diagnosis. I tell him no, not today. At 5 years old, he is as relentless with questions as I am about cigarette breaks on a Monday. He asks, "When I do die, where will I go?" I wanted to tell him there's a war on the other side of the world trying to figure out the answer to that question. But honestly, I don't know. All I know is that children can find God way before our religion can teach them how to do so. Somewhere along the way they grow to be like me, 31 years old, riddled with paper cuts, from pushing paper to stack against bill collectors and medical expenses and overdraft fees. First of the month, you find me on my knees, bleeding fingers pressed against rosary beads, praying God can stop the world from sipping the life out of me through my fingertips. The world is bleeding, blood coursing through the veins, searching for an open wound to erupt from. You can taste the iron on your tongue, the smell of sweating stray bullets from our guns, and we are still firing at will. Every pull of the trigger, countered by the push of the rosary beads we whisper, for all the innocent blood we spill, and it spills. Crimson cascades from the raisin-covered wrist of the teenage kid who decided to change his mind. It spills on the thighs of a girl whose eyes still sparkle like a shattered mirror she was thrown against. It spills against the surface of diamonds, refracting light into ghosts of starving children and slaughtered kings and shackled slaves. It spills against the walls of Jerusalem, splattered bodies and scattered ash, turning desert winds into graves. I am picturing God frantically
casually flipping through scriptures, wondering how we got the idea that this was okay. It spills out of refugees with barbed wire sprays on their knees. It spills out of soldiers trading amputated limbs for college degrees. Ligaments torn from their bodies by our own eagle's talon. Spills into barrels over $3.50 a gallon, and there I am, cursing at the rush hour fumes for a gas stage gone past empty again. And suddenly, my need to pay the mortgage doesn't seem to measure up. In a world that bleeds from moves larger than my paper cuts, I'm just trying to get by. I bandage the wound on my nephew's knee, but can't seem to look him in the eye until I figure out how to tell him the road will bleed you for everything you got. So you better find a way to heal before the blood has a chance to clot. His mother tells me her mother tells me she hopes the wound won't scar. I tell her she better hope it does, even if it's small. At least then he'll have something to remind him to get up and lick his wounds every time he falls. Push past the pain. I see scars like I see plywood nailed against windows in the aftermath of hurricanes. Wounded, but still standing. Destroyed, but still divine. So I check off scars like I check off tallies from battles I've left behind. It's been 6 months since my last blood test. My doctor calls to ask me why. So I give him the answer I finally found fitting to give my nephew. Told him I stopped wondering what will happen if I die. I would rather be bleeding, waiting for wounds to turn to scars, thanking God for managing a way to keep me alive.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, your left hand and right hand better come together. Sisters, make some noise for Georgia.
Still you want to keep the flow going. So since he left off on health, I'm going to give my public service announcement. That's all right with y'all?
Yes.
Ladies.
Yes.
I would rather be an alive hoe than a dead good girl.
All right.
I will say it again. I would rather be an alive hoe than a dead good girl.
All right.
Now on with the peace. For your protection. I ain't fucking no more niggas without a condom. No matter how cute, how fine, no matter how their conversation blows my mind, no matter how many whips they roll, no matter how many bills they fold, no matter after promises of commitments, no matter the money he spent on my rent, no matter how dope he is, no matter I got his kid, no matter the fake wedding ceremony in bed, no matter if I believe everything he said, no matter how good it feels to have it raw and real, this latex will fit the bill.
Right.
No matter if he gets offended, I don't know if he's been rear-ended, fudge, packed, and living double lives, or just experimenting. Now I recognize you should know the one with whom you lay. That doesn't discount the times when you swayed, caused a swoon, and the possibility of a stab to the womb, a mountain of the general exchanges of energy, cut session, making love, fuck buddies, whatever you want it to be, I still ain't got no dick. I don't know who it is. You know they lie when they say they can tell. And though my soul may go to hell for carnal copulation and unwed cohabitation, I shall not break the first rule of nature, which is self-preservation. On this reserve, there's no game you can shoot. I heard all the lines. I won't end up living proof. I know how to have sex, girl. Out tonight. You're not even prepared to begin. Well, girl, just let me stick the head in. Not happy. Pre-com travel just as good as the full load. I see myself with only you, girl, us having kids down the road. Your clairvoyance is an annoyance, because it sees you only get in your way. Stop selling your wolf tickets. I ain't buying today. Who you fucking with, girl? Talking about me, what you got? I got some sense, and who else I'm fucking ain't part of this pot. It's definitely not a concern to you. If it is, why are you so willing to have an unprotected screw? Few attempts at reverse psychology, insulting my intelligence, all designed to the announcement of having HIV. I know I was fucking you raw, but now there's a new law. No glove, no love. No hat, no cat. No banana with a peel, no monkey, maybe a field. I understand this conflict, but safe sex shouldn't be a question. Remissive race, orientation, class, brawn, or behavior, there is no detection. It's not about trusting anyone, it's about me honoring my reflection. Don't just strap up for me, but for your own protection. Thank y'all. All right, ladies, keep them condoms in your purse like candy. Do you hear me? If he thought you was a hoe before, he still think you a hoe, but you'll be a live hoe. Don't worry about him. But you gotta think of me, bitch. What you think of yourself? I love myself way more than I can love you. And that's all there is to it. So niggas, y'all stop that shit. Got time for that argument. We trying to fuck you got some fancy bullshit. Something that costs $1, nigga. You want some bullshit. You gonna miss this pussy. It is a Georgia E hit, a favorite. I wrote this poem because black men are beautiful. And I want you all to know that sisters really love you. That bullshit about the divide, that's some bullshit. Y'all just run it. Get you a strong black woman and you won't have to worry about it. We got your back. We going to war with y'all, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You don't know bullshit talking about what you can't do, nigga. We can't deal with that. Can't deal with the can'ts. Hey, that's when you God, nigga. You want me to hold you as king and you don't want to take the throne. That's not cool. Where are my sisters that love black men make some noise? And where my kings at? Let me hear y'all make some noise. This piece is in celebration of all black men. You get beat down every day. This is to lift you up. This piece is called Niggas. N-I-G-G-O-D-S. Real niggas don't claim to be anything. They just are. Who they are, what they are, where they are. Ghetto superstars. I love the way a nigga walks and talk. How he maneuvers when he gets caught. Sheer poetry in motion when a nigga puts down game. Ain't too many niggas lame, maybe insane, but only to those who can't understand what it's like to be a black man. If you can't see it, you must be blind. Black men exemplify what is fine. What is pride, what is struggle, what is life. They fight through this bullshit, misery and strife. I'll be a lucky woman if one day I'm called wife. I love a nigga with cheeky eyes, black lips, and toned thighs. The rumor ain't true for all, but I like a nigga with some size.